What if I told you you can relocate to Australia with your entire family without needing a huge bank account, without paying an agent applying for a student or work visa? I'm talking about a legal pathway that most people don't know exists. A quiet visa type that allows people like pastors, missionaries, evangelists, volunteers in church. You're a drummer, you're a singer, you teach in church. It allows you to move to Australia with your spouse alongside with your children. This is not about those fake messages you've been receiving on WhatsApp or in your inbox on Facebook talking about Canada lottery or Canada Express entry kind of scam, telling you to pay a huge sum of money for them to grant you a visa in 10 days. This is a real government approved pathway that I'm about to tell you. This Australia approved pathway I am actually talking about is the Subclass 408, and surprisingly enough, most people from Africa like Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, South Africa and other African countries are not even aware of it. I first discovered this pathway when I was researching about how faith-based workers or religious workers are actually moving to Australia without needing to pay any agent or perhaps having some $50,000 in their bank account as a statement, or even thinking of writing IELTS. This one you don't need any language proficiency. All you need to do is to put in an excellent application and you'll be approved by the government of Australia. And when I found out that people are actually moving to Australia through this pathway without needing to pay any huge sums of money, and in addition to it, these churches or religious organizations are actually sponsoring them for them to relocate to Australia. I knew this was a bigger opportunity and I have to talk about it on this channel for you to benefit, because many years ago you've been working in the church but you never knew that there's an opportunity for you to relocate abroad. In today's video, I'm not only going to tell you about it, I'm going to show you how the visa works, how to qualify, what type of documents you will need, how to find churches or religious bodies in Australia to sponsor you, and last but not the least, how to apply for the visa for your entire family, even if you are watching this video in a village just with your mobile phone. This video is not for everyone. It's for people who are ready to take action and put in application, not people who are ready to just scroll and pass. And if you are new here, welcome on board. Over here we share legal way for you to relocate abroad. Remember to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, like this video and leave a comment in the comment section if you already find value in this video. And as you do that, may the Most High richly bless you. But remember to share this video to a brother on WhatsApp, on Telegram, just as you keep sharing those prayer links to them. Do also share this opportunity for them. Perhaps it could be because of this opportunity the person will relocate to Australia and the person can never stop thanking you. Do the person this great favor. And if you're a returning subscriber, I salute you and welcome back on board. As usual, over here, you know we share insightful information with simplicity. Now grab your pen and paper, because what I'm about to show you could be the greatest opportunity you've been searching for, and this could literally change your entire life, and not you alone, your entire family. Let's head straight into the entire video and I'll show you how to do this. Let's go. Alright guys, now that we are here on my laptop, let me give you some important insight before I dive into the step-by-step tutorial. Please don't skip this part. It will open your eyes to how this opportunity really works. Now listen carefully. The Subclass 408 visa is called Temporary Activity Visa, and it has many streams, but the one we are focusing on today is the religious work stream. This visa is designed for people who want to, who are actually looking for full-time religious work in Australia, like missionaries, pastors, ministers, church workers, evangelists, worship leaders, and many more. But here's the powerful part. You can apply with your entire family, your wife or husband, or even your kids, as long as you qualify and you get genuine invitation from a religious institution in Australia. Now the question is, what qualify as a religious work? Number one is like preaching or teaching in church, helping with missionary outreach, church administration or support rules, something like a full-time volunteering for recognized faith-based organization, but it must be a full-time, not a part-time job. You also must be sponsored or let's say invited by a recognized religious organization in Australia. That's the backbone of the application. But don't worry about that one. By the end of this video, I'll be showing you some of these organizations that you can apply that are offering jobs. So don't worry about that one at all. Now, before I continue, let's also talk about why this opportunity is a golden one. Number one is you don't need a massive bank account, like some other visas when you're applying. You don't need a job offer from a regular employer, just religious sponsor, and you are good to go. Getting a job from a religious sponsor is not too difficult as a normal, employer. You can live, work, school your kids, and enjoy life in Australia. That's, some of the benefits. You may be able to extend the visa while in Australia. So maybe in case you want to extend the visa, you could extend it, though it is not allowed for you to extend it. But in case you have a different job, there's ways and means you can actually extend it. And even though this visa doesn't give you permanent residency directly, once you are inside Australia, you can explore other options, as I was saying, another pathway including employer sponsored visas and state nomination streams, certain things like that. It could help you. So when you get into the country, you can explore different job options, So another important, or better again, important things you need to know is a genuine letter of invitation from an Australian religious organization. So when you're applying, you need to get this genuine invitation from an Australian religious organization. You need to also prove that you have experience doing religious work. You need to have a health insurance. You need to declare something like a police background check, and you must be able to prove you are coming for religious purpose, not just to find a job. Kindly take notes. So when you're writing your SOP and those things, you need to prove and state some of these things inside. Also, your sponsor must be approved temporary activities sponsor in Australia. But don't worry, I will show you how to actually confirm or identify such employer by the end of this tutorial. Now, one more thing before we start. This visa can be processed in a little as 30 to 60 days, depending. Sometimes it might be more than that. And yes, you can apply from outside Australia, even from Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, Uganda, Tanzania, or anywhere or any part of the continent. So if you are someone who has a calling or has worked in a ministry, or a church worker, a singer, anything, you play keyboard, those things in a church, this is a golden opportunity for you. All right, now that you understand what is and how it works, let's take you straight into the step-by-step process of how to apply, where to find the sponsor, what documents you need, and how to submit your application without using any agent. I know you can do it alone. So as you can see right here, we are on the official website of Australia. I already talked about most of these things already. Over here it says stay up to 2 years. I already spoke about it. Pause from blah blah blah. Processing time. So if you want to check your processing time, you can come here and check the processing time. I actually want to brush you through it very quickly. Just comment Australia in the comment section. I'm going to send you all the links for you to follow and also come to this interface that I am right now. Over here it says that with this visa you can, basically what you can do with this visa: do a full-time religious work, to serve a religious institution, as I already spoke about, stay in Australia for up to 2 years, with members of the family unit, so you could actually move with your family as said earlier on, apply for the visa in or outside Australia, but not in immigration clearance. You get a point. So even if you are living outside Australia, you can still apply no matter whichever country you are coming from, any part of the continent, you're eligible to apply. If you want to check further eligibility, you could come here and check and see all conditions in respect of this. Over here, it also said that you must have an agreement to work full-time for a religious institution, so you can't get a part-time job. So when you are searching for the religious job, make sure the job you are getting is a full-time job, and I'll be showing you where to get these jobs, so don't worry at all. Let's come here to the eligibility and check some of the eligibility requirements, which is actually mandatory for you to have. So over here it said have a suitable employment contract, and it reads by saying you must have an agreement to work full-time as a religious worker with a religious organization. As already said, your wages and employment conditions must meet necessary standards under the relevant Australian legislation and awards. So basically it's like minimum wage. Now let's brush through the eligibility very quickly, and I'll take you to where you can actually find these jobs. It says here that have a supporter or a sponsor. I already spoke about it already. Have the right experience or qualification for the work. So you need to prove when you are writing your CV and your resume. During the visa application, they need to see these things also. Even if you get an offer or a church or a religious organization that is willing to sponsor you and everything, good, no problem, but it should also be somebody who qualify and should be able to prove it to the embassy. Kindly take note of this. You must have the appropriate experience and qualification to do religious work that is set out in your agreement. So make sure that when you're applying for the visa, I know you are going to get these jobs. When you're applying for the visa, make sure that you have the qualification. All right, let's move down here. Be able to support yourself and any dependent. So basically it's talking about money. You should show your proof of funds. Bank statement, very very important. You might show anybody that is following you that you can sponsor them. Since you can move with your family, you should be able to cater for them, their accommodation and everything in the beginning before you start receiving your monthly pay or your weekly pay. You need to prove that you can take care of them by showing your bank statement. It also says that meet the health requirements, which means you'll be doing medicals. They will show you where to go and do medicals. If you want to know more about the health requirements, you will come here and tap on this green, highlighted part to check about more about their medical requirements. Make sure at least for your COVID vaccination you have it, your yellow fever and the others. Make sure that you already have it. These things are very common things that you need to have it. And remember, if you are going with your family or dependent, all these people need to have this health requirement. Is very very important. Meet the character requirement, which is like the police clearance, or in other words, character requirements, as they are saying. Let's read here what they have for us. They are saying that you and family members aged 16 years over who apply. Now remember, if you are applying, your son or daughter is under 16 years, basically they don't need a police clearance. But if they are more than that age, 20 years, 21 years, 25 years, you need to add a police clearance to it, because at that age they could do anything. So they are making sure that they are not bringing criminals into their country. So your child or daughter, if he's about the age of 16 years and he's going with you as a dependent, you need to add a character requirement certificate, as it's actually saying here. Kindly take note of that, and you go come here and read all of these things. We might also ask that other family members meet the requirement, blah blah blah. Depending, so that one is optional. We might. So that is when you apply your visa, they can ask you, okay, that little boy who is 15 years, though 15 years wasn't passed, you need to bring his police clearance. Maybe 13 years, bring his police clearance. Kindly take note of that, so in case they are asking you or something like this, it should be a big deal. Over here it also says that have adequate health insurance. So you need to have a health insurance, very very important. If you want more details, you will come here and check on that and read that. Don't be lazy. Sometimes I know we black people, most of us don't like reading. As the popular saying goes, if you want to hide something from a black man, just put it in a book. You will not go and read. So make sure when you come here, take your time and read and understand everything for yourself before you make a move and start applying. Please do that for me. And as you do that, I appreciate you. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you are new on this channel. Turn on the notification bell. Like this video, leave a comment by commenting Australia or any changing country name, or complimenting my bio or something, and I'll leave the links for you directly, just like a reply. Over here, say be a genuine temporary entrant. What they are trying to tell you is that you should have the intent to leave temporary. So if you are coming and you write in your cover letter or your SOP, statement of purpose or whatever they call it, and you tell them that, you tell the visa officer that, listen, I want to leave and give birth to my children, that means you don't have the intent to actually leave temporary. They are not going to give your visa. So everything that shows you should have business back home, you should show home ties that shows that you are only just coming to live for a while and you are leaving and going back to your home country. If you come down here to, it said have paid debt to the Australian government. I don't believe none of my subscribers are actually owing the Australian government. So what they are trying to tell you is that there are people who are actually in Australia that can actually apply. So there are people who are in Australia, maybe a student or someone like that, and you are owing Australian government. And dear brother, if you are watching, thank you for watching anyway, but do well to pay that money before you continue with your application. Sign the Australian value statement. For that one, if you are 18 years of age or older, you must acknowledge the Australian values statement that confirms you will respect the Australian way of life, obey Australian laws when you apply for the visa. So during the visa application, you need to actually sign this. So if you are 18 years exactly or above, you need to sign this. So people basically, they are trying to tell you the age limits. People can apply more than 18 years and above. And again, if your son or accompanying dependent is 18 years above, indirectly they also need to sign this form. Get that right. If you scroll down here, say declare you have not paid for visa sponsorship. I'll not read that into the basically what they are trying to tell you is that when you get employment from a religious entity or organization, you should not pay for visa sponsorship. They are those who are supposed to pay you. You get my point? So if you go and pay for visa sponsorship, it's breach the law. Now if you scroll down, it said not had a visa cancelled or application refused. Now this is a dicey situation. If your visa was refused to certain countries in certain situations, they could stand on such grounds to refuse you. But not all visa refusal that actually guarantee that they're actually going to refuse you the visa. So kindly take note of that. You will come here and read. Sorry, I'm highlighting it. You will come here and read all of these things and enlighten yourself in respect of that. If you come here too, there's a step-by-steps over here. So before you apply, you must have an eligible sponsor, blah blah blah. Gather your documents. As I said, your documents. So if you don't understand anything, show more steps. If you come here, you tap on show more steps. It will send you through everything so that you read everything. Visa outcome after you apply. Apply for the visa. If you want to apply, just tap here for more step-by-step process you need to go through. It is a very simple process, only if you are ready to go through the process. Let's be ready to learn. Come here and come and learn about it, read about it, and don't be commenting that please help me apply. I'm actually very tired, but if you insist that you want to talk to me, you could actually book an appointment. I'll be leaving every link in the description where you can book an appointment with me and have a one-on-one discussion with me. So when you come over here, say when you have this visa, that's when after you've gotten your visa coming to Australia. Listen, when you come to this website, every single question you want to ask me, you get it here. Every single question you want to ask me, everything, overview about us, every eligibility criteria, every single question you want to ask me, you can find it here. You get my point? So don't worry at all. It is very, very simple. Don't be disturbed. You can go through the process very, very well. Now let me rush and take you straight to where you can actually find these jobs. The first church or organization you can find this job is the Baptist Mission Australia. So if you come to this website, of which I already said that, leave a comment by saying Australia or mentioning this changing zone name, and I'll send it directly into your inbox. If you scroll here, it said opportunities. So there's a whole lot of these jobs here. Allied health practitioner. So you can only imagine, if you're allied health, building maintenance, CAF, volunteer, all these things, their English language teacher, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them here. If you want to donate money, you could actually come here to also donate money. I know my subscribers are rich people, but if you want to donate this money, at least donate it to Africa. You get my vibe. It is what it is. So if you want to make the job search very, very easy for you, come here and filter in. The particular location you are looking for, because this location is it's different locations. So since we are looking for jobs in Australia, you come here and select particularly Australia, so that it actually indicates that you are looking for jobs only in Australia. Don't go and select any other places. If you check here, these are some of the jobs in Australia. Now over here, the category, you can actually come and select the particular category you are actually looking for. It's not all category that you actually select. Make sure it's a full-time job, and also don't hesitate. Remember, let me show you something. Forget about it if the job you do in church or what you actually want or the job you're actually good at is not here. It says that this is not an exhaustive list. If you have a passion or skill that is not highlighted here, please talk to us. So you could scroll down here, straight over here, email them and everything, tell them whatever you want and talk to them. Listen, I am a singer in this church, I am a teacher, I am a this, I'm a Sunday school, that. And because of that, I actually work for Baptist Mission Australia. Show them the reasons, send them a cold email. I don't mean go and write an email and go and put it in the refrigerator and take it and send it to them. If you know, you know. So please send them a cold email. There's a lot of opportunities here. You could come here and contact them directly. There is not a big deal. Exploit the website. Nobody is, putting you in captivity. Ideally, always email them, because if you call them, the one receiving the call cannot give you more insight of what you want. But if you email them, they will take their time to give you the right response you are actually looking for. Now, there's a church called Church of Christ. So you can also go to your browser and just type in Church of Christ, check their website, and there's a lot of these jobs there. Specify by saying you are searching for jobs in Australia so that you don't stress yourself on that website. So this is the last website I'll be showing you. It is the website that you can find all churches job in Australia, both international and domestic jobs in Australia. So when you are checking, check it very, very well. Now remember that there are some of the jobs you need to talk to the employers or the organization that, listen, I'm an international job seeker and I want to come to Australia through this visa, called Subclass 408 visa. Explain to them, talk to them, have a dialogue to them for them to understand. So over here, if you come to this website, there's a whole lot of jobs here. If you go to your browser, all you need to type is seek.com Australia church jobs. That's all, and to bring you here. It is not a difficult situation. It's very, very simple. It will bring you here. Filter in the right keyword, work type, remote. If you want it as a remote job, pay, you can enter the pay you're actually looking for, classification, listening time, the time that the job was listed, child welfare, community development, etc. So if you come here, there's a lot of job here. There's over almost 1,000 job here. Learning support leader, or is it what? Leader here, leader, secondary school teaching staff. It is a lot. This job is actually a Baptist college work, which means for the Baptist church. So do well to come here and check for these jobs. Just comment Australia or any Schengen country name and I'll send you the link directly as a reply. It is very simple. Make sure you take your time and communicate with the employers. Let them understand that you're actually looking forward to apply for the Subclass 408 visa so that they could actually sponsor you without you paying anything. Because if you pay something, that is a red flag, as we already spoke about in the eligibility requirements. Remember, I said you should also check Church of Christ Australia. There are a lot of jobs over there. Because I want these videos to be quick, that is why I didn't brush you through all of them. Comment whatever you want to comment. I'll send you the link. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you've watched to this point, it means you are serious about relocating legally to Australia with your family, and I respect that. The religious work stream under the Subclass 408 visa is a real opportunity actually, especially for people who have been faithfully serving in ministry of church related roles. Now remember, don't rush the process. Take your time to get your document right. Reach out to these recognized organizations that I did mention earlier on. Just comment Australia and I'll send you all the links as promised. And prepare a strong, genuine application. If you do it right, this could be the legal, affordable doorway for you and your family to start a new life in Australia. If you find value in this video, please like, share, and drop your question in the comment section. I reply personally as many as I can. If you want more tutorials like this on how to legally relocate abroad with or without agents, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell because I drop videos every week and almost every day. Thanks for watching. Stay hopeful, stay focused, and never give up on your relocation dream. See you in the next video. My name is Jakut. Peace. Shalom.